Alright, so here we're solving. Notice it says solve here. Alright, that's key. That's different than factoring. Factoring is just a step now, sometimes. So for like this one here, you don't even have to factor because it's already done. Alright, so this is halfway done for you. All you do is you take each piece and set it equal to 0. So set t equal to 0, set 2 plus 3 equals 0. That's just an answer. You don't even have to do anything there. And then here, you set t plus 3 equals 0, so t equals negative 3, piece of cake. Now on this one, you do have to factor because it's not factored yet. So we factor just like before. So we had x plus 9, x plus 5, and then you set each piece equal to 0. Now I just set each piece equal to 0. So this piece I set equal to 0. X plus 9 equals 0. Solve it, and I get x equals negative 9. And similarly, I get x equals negative 5. If you want to check your answers, you just plug in, for instance, negative 5 in for x and for x squared, and that should compute out to 0 if you wanted to check your answer. Alright, so now on this one, it's not equal to 0. That's an essential part. So what I have to do is subtract the negative 16 over. So I'm going to do that. I do minus 16x from both sides. That gives me x cubed minus 16x equals 0. Now I factor out my GCF. It gives me x minus 16. And those are perfect. Hold on a second, sweetheart. Now to solve this, what we do is we set each piece equals 0. So x equals 0. And we set also this piece equal to 0. So we set it to x minus 16 equals 0. That gives us x equals 16, and x equals 0 is the other answer. This next one, we simply have to factor, so I need numbers that multiply to 40, negative 40, and add to 3. So what I'm going to do is just go through the factors. I got negative 5 and 8. Oh wow, that actually ends up being the answer. But yet, if you don't know it, you just go through all of it. So you go through 1 and 40, 2 and 20, all through until you get the combination that gives you the addition you want. So that gives us x minus 5 times x plus 3 equals 0. So that's the factoring part. Now to solve that equation, you have x minus 5 equals 0, so x equals 5. And then similarly, x plus 3 equals 0, and I get, x equals negative 3. I think my stylus here is kind of dying, so it's not coming out too good, sorry. Alright, now, this last one. This last one is not set equal to 0, so we've got to fix that. In order to do so, we simply subtract 50 from both sides, and that gives me 2x squared minus 50 equals 0. So now I look for a GCF, which is 2, and that leaves me with x squared minus 25 equals 0. Alright, now this is the difference of two squares. So I'm going to factor that. Gives me 2x plus 5, x minus 5 equals 0. And then the answers there is x equals 5 and x equals negative 5, which many times will be written like this. X equals plus or minus 5. That really means x equals 5 and x equals negative 5.